Hey everybody, the plane that I just showed you, it's called an Eclipse 500. They have a really interesting story about them. I'll tell you about it a little bit, but that plane just come in, wanted a little bit of fuel, so I pumped them. I pumped it already, got done. They were in a bit of a hurry, so I just quickly grabbed a clip of the plane. Alright, hey everybody, I just got to fuel the TV in. So anyways, I told you I was going to tell you more about the Eclipse. From what I understand, the Eclipse, what the project of the Eclipse was, they want to design a small, efficient jet that could be purchased for under $1 million. It would be the first jet that would, be under $1 million for price tag. But anyways, so they tried to do this. It didn't quite work out for them like they wanted it to, I guess. I'm not sure. There's design, building the aircraft to make it so it can be production, and they have to get the FAA to approve on it, and FAA made some changes on it, and so it had to be bigger, had to hold more fuel. They had to put a little bit bigger engines on it, and just a few other little things, whatever. But it ended up upping the price of the plane. Although I don't know what they go for new, but they're over $1 million. But they're a beautiful little plane. They really are. I mean, first off, they are just puny. I mean, they're called a very light jet. When we categorize jets, we got light jet, medium jet, heavy jet. Well, they're very light jet. But yeah. Anyways, they're pretty. I mean, they're not very loud. They're pretty quiet, from what I can understand too. And they're just, a neat little plane. But anyways, so yeah, they come in, and I had a topic for today's video. It might be tomorrow's, I don't know. But I'll start with that one thing right now. One of my pet peeves, and it's something I deal with when I work here, is that it just seems like it's the first thing is it's the situation where it's just like the whole saying, if it rains it pours. Well, yeah, that's what usually happens here. Yeah, when it rains it pours. And what I mean by that is just that it seems like the planes just conspire against us. I mean, like there'll be, it'll be kind of dead, there won't be anything going on, and then next thing you know, there will just be a bunch of little planes come in, or planes, any planes, doesn't matter, big, small, everything. And so it's like, so you rush to keep up with everything, and then next thing you know, it gets really slow, and you don't do anything for a little while, and then guess what? You get another little rush. Anyways, so today was no different. So what ended up happening was, this Eclipse comes in, and they want fuel, and that's fine and dandy, but the airliner is coming in at the same time. The airliner takes the priority. I have no control over it, that is just the rules. Alright, so I just ran to fill up a ticket for the TVM. But anyways, so I tell them I have to go do the airliner. They're a little bit snippy about it because they're in a hurry, which I can understand, I can respect, but I have my rules I need to follow. So I go to the airliner. The airliner was actually quick for once. That was a miracle. And I go to pump in the fuel, and I fueled one of them before, and they're a little bit finicky because they have the tip tanks on the ends, if you didn't notice. But most tip tank planes, that they use that tip to create a larger fuel tank, but it creates so that there's a big weight off balance, so you have to be careful fueling them, because if you put too much fuel on one side, the plane is going to tip. So that particular plane doesn't. I mean, it only holds I think it's like 124 a side, but it won't tip, but it sure does get off balance. So I fueled the one side up, and it took all this fuel and that. And I mean, like when I first warmed up, it's about gut level, mid torso level. So I go and I pump in the fuel to it. I'm like, okay, that's done. you know, pump in the fuel, put the cap on, go to the other side. We'll go to the other side, and the plane is tilted, so the fuel tank is about eye level to me now. I'm like, no, wait a minute. The other tank wasn't this hard to get to. And the guy comes out and he's talking to me about it. You know, he says, because he talked to me, you know, he's making sure I know the fueling procedure. And he comes back out and he says, you know, no, I told you there's no fuel imbalance, but I didn't say you wouldn't have to work to get the other one. I'm like, yeah, I know, but so the plane's at a tilt, and like Sam. But as you fill it up, it starts to level out. And it got leveled out, and everything was just fine and dandy. But it still was just like, oh my gosh. But regardless, it's a cool plane. But you know, my first pet peeve about work is definitely it's that the situation where when it rains, it pours. When one plane comes in, they all come in. So I mean, literally, it's like airliner, this Eclipse, and then the TBM, all within like 30 minutes. So you spend the 30 minutes, pump, then it'll be dead. Now from here, like I say, I'll be cleaning up tonight, so hopefully nothing comes in, so I can actually get everything cleaned. But yeah, and it's getting dark, and I'm pretty sure the video is getting dark too, so I will talk to you guys later.